All right, guys, this is Tony again with Southern Style. I don't know how I did that. Messed up the whole video. Starting over. I went ahead and pulled the clamps off, and I pulled the tape off. I highly recommend pulling your tape off when you're doing stuff like this before you get too far along, because what's going to happen is you're not going to pull your tape off, and you're going to end up installing something, then you got to get it back apart to get the tape off. So I'm going to try to get this. I only got plug-in over here, so let me get you plugged in. My phone will go dead on us and mess this video up again. But I'm going to try to get you back here enough to where you can kind of watch this as I beat this countertop up, this cabinets up, try to install this. I mean, I'm saying that, that's a joke. I'm hoping that'll happen. But let's see what we can do. See if I can get this in here without tearing it all up. That's why the only reason why I wanted see, I'm already doing something up. That's the only reason why I wanted this island in before I got the countertop set. And I thought, well, maybe, just maybe, I could use the island to help me. But I thought, well, maybe I can use the island to help me pick this behemoth up. You know what I mean? Not really pick it up, but hold it while I'm working on it. Just take it out like this. I can roll it on the side. On this edge here. Really easy. Get it like this. Oh, stand it up. There we go. What do you think about that, Tony? I think you got dirty. Almost. I don't really happy about that. You got to clean that stuff. Yeah, I don't think I did too bad on this. It's got a little bit of lip, but it's not like I was having to deal with. Like I said, make sure you get this tape off. I'll take and make that'll almost disappear, especially because you'll be looking at it from this way. You won't hardly ever see it from this direction. Right now, you all can see that edge, but when I'm done with it and I get it installed, I'll probably take a little brush, like an artist brush, and I will touch that up to make it nice. You won't notice it. It'll be closed. I think it'll look great. Again, the best you can do is the best you can do. I'm not a professional. I'm just a guy doing what I can do. And if I can get this, I've always been that. It bothers me whenever they can get people to do stuff and I pay them good money. You know, that's that poor people's term that we all grew up with. You're paying them good money to do a job, and then when they get done, you're like, that was my hard-earned money, you know, I paid you good money to do that. And then you go back and you have to take and fix what they made mistakes on. Always makes me mad. I'm hoping it's gonna be heavy. This thing is brutal. Out loud a while ago. I want to pick this corner up because this corner has some brackets on it. You don't want to let the brackets slide. Okay. Because they'll tear your canvas up. Okay. Now pick this side up. Work that side at the same time. Like that. Easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? Don't hurt your hands too bad, Tommy. Look at that. Look at that, baby. I'm not totally unimpressed, you know. I mean, I'm kind of happy with it. Now I'm going to show you something on it that I did. Once I take and put some cinch on there, I'll shoot some screws in from the bottom, and it'll pull that down pretty tight. I got to check right here before I do anything. I'm just going to leave it tonight. Just want to show you, put it back on there, how good it's going to turn out, how this is going to look really nice when it's done. But what I'm getting at is, I put those brackets through here, and there's wood right here. So I'm setting it in here. What I have to do is I have to get it back in here, pull these drawers out, crawl up in here and mark with a marker where it's going across those, these pieces of wood in here. There's one here, there's one here, and then brackets I put in across them. Now, it may not affect it at all, but then again it might. So I'm going to put a level on it, make sure it's not, you know, you see how it's got a little bounce to it? It's going to have to be cinched down. When I get it all where I want it, I'm going to draw it down, make sure it looks good. I don't want any gaps anywhere I don't need gaps. I know that sounds weird for me to say it that way. Everything's looking good. Kind of gets up in here. Gets a little gap, as you can see it right here on the edge. That's got to go down. So to get that down, it's going to have to have those pieces taken out, draw it down. Not necessarily the clamps I put in don't have to come out, but the little bit of wood, I want to take a saw and probably cut little edges off so that they can be recessed down in there and drill and pull them in from the bottom. Now, I do have levels around here somewhere. I can throw a level on it. It's probably really close the way it is, just because, you know, it kind of is what it is. I mean, it looks phenomenal. Once I get it all down, it'll look good. Yeah, I mean, it's spot on level, even with it like that, because it's touching everywhere else. And these cabinets may have a little dip in it right there. I don't really know. And I may not throw it on. I may get in there, and if it's going to set up good and look good, I may go in there and throw it down. You know, just be like, all right, just screw it down and see what happens. I mean, I'm thinking I'm probably going to. I'm probably just going to go in there and use that as some wedges and shoot some screws in there and cinch her down tight, kind of like I did what's in the basement. And, you know, there it is. Now, I wanted to show you this. Once I get it down here, it'll look a little different, but I'm flush with my cabinet here. I put 30 inches in between here. Takes 29 3/4 roughly for a range. 30 inches is what you really want. And the reason why you do that is because this piece right here is going to be where, I don't know if you can see me or not, but this is where your microwave is going to sit. Everybody puts a microwave in, whatever. You can put a hood in, I don't care. But when you put your microwave in, it's 30 inches and it's tight. It will be tight getting in there. And your stove is the exact same size. So it's 30 inches. I put 30 inches in there. I want it tight. I want you, when you put your stove in there, you don't want to have to put little things beside your stove to keep it dry and stuff. You want it up against that countertop, because what's going to happen is, you, just like I said, you're going to get the nasties down beside your countertop. Everybody does, and I want it tight enough that you could take, I like mine where you could take a kitchen towel and like a butter knife, and you wrap it and stick it in there, and you can just pull it across and it cleans it right up. That's how close I want it. I want it within a 16th on both sides. So roughly 30 inches has got you there, okay? So whenever I get it, I put my cabinets there because it looks best, and then I stop this countertop right at the edge. And on this side, it's the exact same way. It's going to be stopped right on the edge. So you can do however you want to do it, but that's how I do it. On the other ends, like down here, I'm going to have the same overhang, roughly an inch, just like the front. That's the way you want it. And just like you would on this thing, it's going to have, I think I want 1.5 inches all the way around this. Just because it's an island. And when I'm done with this, it's actually raised about 1 inch high. And I did that because it's not got it doesn't have a sink in it. I like an island a little tall. Some people don't, but I like it a little tall because you're chopping on it, you're mixing on it, you're doing stuff, and that inch makes a big difference. I've got an island the same height as, in my house, the same height as my cabinets, because I had a cabinet guy do it, and I wish you'd have raised it about 1 inch. And just because it's just more comfortable when you're cutting vegetables and stuff on it or whatever. But I mean, I just want to shoot a video of me putting that on there because anybody can do that, you know. That's another one of the things. Everybody can do what I'm doing. Just do it, you know. That sounds like a nice commercial, but it's not. But yeah, you can just take the time out and do what you can. These should be good. I'm gonna peel these off today. Lisa taped them on where I took and put them on there. I'm gonna show you this real quick. Make sure you get a good view of my head. But check it out. This is what we ended up stopping at. She decided last night when we was finishing this island up Lisa decided that we wasn't going to take and box them out. I was just going to run them slats down and stop like that. I did. I like it. She liked it. That's all that matters. We're the ones doing it. If you were here and I was building the house for you, might be different, but being it's just us, she's happy with it right there. Like I said, this is how I ended up doing this. I just put these pieces in here. This when this pulls up to the top, it'll kind of come in there a little different. But this tape is on here because the way I did these, so that you have an idea, I use screws on the backside, and I can only screw one in the top, right? So I screwed it at the top, clamped it where I wanted it, and then I taped it, and I glued it the rest of the way down. So these here are glued. These are screwed on with the pocket screws. These are glued. Them two are. And then, like, I think these two on the outside here are glued, and then them two on the inside there are glued. But all in all, you step back and look at it, it's a nice island. And like I said, it's a little beefy for the house, but I think the house needed it. You know, the next step I'm going to take, I gotta take and clean these edges up a little bit, and then I gotta clean that edge up on that one, clean this edge up on this one, and get a little stain on them. I gotta cut that toe kick down there for that one, and then I'm going to screw them all down. I think I shot a little short video for that one down there, screwing it down. These are a little different, but same process. I got to screw these down. Once I screw all these down and everything, then I'll do another video of me cutting out for that sink, because I've got saw blades and stuff specifically for me to cut that sink out. So I'll install all this. Because it's butcher block, you can install it and cut the sink afterwards. If it was Formica, I'd say no. And if it was anything else, solid surface, any of that stuff, no. You want to have all those holes already pre-cut. But on this one, I'll be able to come in here, center it up, measure it where I want it, drill some holes, cut that sink out, drop the sink in, you know, attach it, put all the hardware and everything in and everything. But what I'm wanting to do is cut the sink out after I tile. I want to go in here and get all the tile done, so I ain't fooling around with where that sink is doing it, and knock it all out and get it all tiled real pretty, and then I'll put that sink in. So I'll do a video of that tile. I'll probably be doing that tomorrow night. I'll start on that tile, and then like I said, I got some, like I said, just a little bit of finish sanding. This is just hand sanded. Just knock off the burrs and do the finish on it. But I mean, I'm loving it. You know, I really am. The island's in place. The cabinets are in. The sink's where it's supposed to be. The reason why them cabinets look a little yellow is I've got some kind of, that light that I bought was like, if you notice, they're like half white, half yellow to give it that color. That's why you got some yellow shades in here. But in all reality, it's white, you know. But I wanted to show that to you. I appreciate you watching my videos, and like and subscribe, guys.